Biafra, superstars, media.
Yeah, Biafra, Biafra is a freedom. Yeah, Biafra, Biafra, let it be known. We're here for the throne. Biafra, we're going home. Yeah, yeah. Mazin Amdekanu, Mazin Ekpa, Prime Minister Biafra. You know he does it better. I'm looking all strapped up in this game, Biafra soldier. Let my name be known, nigga. I'm the soldier. Yeah, yeah. I'm fighting for liberation. I'm fighting for the people. I'm fighting for my freedom. Yeah, yeah. We fight for Biafra. Let it be known, cause we're straight from Africa. Yeah, the black nation, the nation of God. I am the lion, it's taking it hard. We're fighting for the freedom.
We now cross live to Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, venue of the public presentation of draft bills that have passed the first reading, targeted at solving Nigeria's political, economic, and security challenges. Do stay tuned.
Namunchi, who is just backing one of the proposals, not all of them. Honorable Chimo Bisam, all of them. Okay, sorry, both of them. Honorable Atu Chimobi Sam, Honorable Odimayo Okunjimi, Honorable Jajere Mohammed Buba Fika, Honorable Tafik Dahatu Sheikh. We are a group of reform-minded lawmakers committed towards using the instrument of lawmaking to reform Nigeria and our political process. Constitutional and electoral reform has been a burning topic in Nigeria since independence from Britain in 1960. Over the past 50 years, the controversy has led to unrest and a deepening of religious and ethnic divides. We should not be afraid to meet and discuss our problems, challenges, fears, aspirations, and prospects as a people. We should not discuss in fear, and we should never fear to discuss. Today, we are taking a crucial step that will further strengthen our understanding, expand the frontiers of our inclusiveness, deepen our bond as one people under God, and build a strong support that will deepen our democracy and electoral system. We are once again at the threshold of history. History has presented us with the chance to redefine and redesign our political landscape in a direction that will strengthen the bonds of unity, enhance the processes of democratic consolidation, strengthen the structures so as to solidify those values that promote democracy, good governance, and good neighborliness, and open boundless opportunities for all Nigerians to be and to feel that they are part of the evolving political process and socio-economic advancement. This is equally in line with our realization that our current political...
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Biafrans, and people listen to me from diaspora, from the Zoo Republic and worldwide. My name is Biafra Superstars Media, and today I want to declare that the Orlu media war has begun. My fellow Biafrans, what you're about to hear today is from a man I love, a man I have come to appreciate, a man who is based in the Zoo Republic, a man that I do not call the Biafran golden child. This man is based in the Zoo Republic, and today, after his submission to me, I had to scold him with love. I had to re-educate him with love, and I made him to understand that the so-called creation of a new state in the land of Biafra is like a ploy to gain the minds and soul of the Biafrans living in that contraption. Fellow Biafrans, I approve the message of the Biafran golden child, apart from where he said that the creation of Orlu state is a good thing. That tells me that those who live in the zoo, we still need to do some more work in terms of education, in terms of reorientating their mind. So I now believe that the ploy of the zoo caliphate is to capture the mind of Biafrans in the zoo, to make them to assume that a mere creation of a new state solves the whole problems of we the Biafrans and should quench the thirst to have a new Biafra. Unfortunately, in some of the submission by my good friend, the Biafran golden child, he did mention that it was a good thing to have a new state in the land of Biafra. But today I am here to dispel that notion. I have spoken to him and I have told him our focus should be on actualizing Biafra, and we must not accept any form of distraction, because the creation of Orlu state, as you can see, is now a distraction. So my fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Biafran golden child. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my listeners, depending on where you are listening from. Let me once again thank the Biafra special, media outreach that has always given me this opportunity to, talk to my people and make some observations. I want to talk about the creation of a new state, the creation of a sixth state for the southeastern region. Yes, I believe a lot of us have, we heard the news a few days ago, last Thursday or thereabouts. The House of Reps has passed the first phase of the creation of a sixth state for Southeast. Yes, it has gone through the first phase, and the way it looks, it's certainly going to go, to the final state. So this creation of a sixth state for the southeastern region has generated mixed feelings. In the first instance are people who are jubilating, people who are celebrating, people who are saying, yes, finally it's about time. Yes, we deserve it. I mean, the North, South, the North, the whole of the North has 7 states. The Southwest has 6 states, and unfortunately the Southeast has only had 5 states for a very long time. And we all know the roles the number of states you have play in every economic decision, in every developmental projections, in every statistics and revenue generation in any region or in any country. And so when the Northeast has 7 states and the Southwest had 6 and the Southeast had only 5, of course you know that this inequality created a very unfair statistical analysis for the Southeast. It made everything we got from the center or from the federation very, very minimal and far lower than what the Northeast that has 7 states and the Southwest that has 6 states. And so finally, for a lot of people, it was a dream come true. A lot of people, it was a step in the right direction. A lot of people, yes, finally, it is that the Southeast is being recognized and given its right of place in the country called Nigeria, in the federation called Nigeria, you know. So for these people, it is a step in the right direction. For these people, it is a job well done. Yes. For the other group that is saying, uh, is this that they really don't feel impressed by this creation of a six state for the South East, they are saying, where is this appropriate at this time? Is it essential? Is it important to think of creating a state now? I mean, where are the funds going to come from? This is a Nigerian economy that has become comatose, a Nigerian economy that is woeful. I mean, where people find it difficult to 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 eat even 2 square meals, let alone 3. You know, that is this a necessity now? I mean, is this what the senators and the representatives of the people should be thinking about when the poor masses are highly impoverished? Most of them have been thrown out of their houses because they couldn't pay rents. Most of them have lost their jobs, have become unemployed because of the harsh economy. Some of them have committed suicide. Some of them are homeless and destitute. I mean, is this what is required at this time? You know, creating a state now. Who is going to develop it? Who is going to create the structures and infrastructure when the federal government is owing, when there's no money in the coffers, when the naira is fluctuating daily to the dollar? I mean, is this creation of state a necessity? Is it a sine qua non at this time? You know. So this makes these people are negative because they feel it is not appropriate at this time. It will not achieve much. Yes, but we in the Southeast, I mean the average Igbo man, we should recognize that yes, it is appropriate. Not just appropriate, it is overdue, long overdue, you know, to have gotten a state and if possible a seventh one. Yes, we must realize that we have moving from a 4 state before down to a fifth one. You know, we were Anambra, Imo, Enugu, and Abia, and much later Ebonyi State was created. You know, they should know that being, having few number of states was a deliberate policy of the government to prove to the Southeast that they were vassals, they were conquered people, and they should always remain a sort of minority in amongst the 3 largest ethnic group of the country. You should know that when we had a fewer number of states than the Southwest, it was more to say, or a sort of punishment, a sort of relegation to put you at number 3 at any point in time, because of course, like we agreed, the number of states is a clear indices of what you are getting from the federation. And so if you had 7, you had more expectation, more dividends, so to speak, from the federation. If you had 6 states, you had more expectations, more dividends, from the federation. But when you had 5 states, you are more or less like a pariah, like uh, underdeveloped, like one who, of course, you can never aspire as much as, the man with 7 and the man with 6. And so I want to bring to the cognition of our Igbo brothers and fellow Biafrans that we should not take this thing lightly. We should not take it with mixed feelings. We should thank God that this state has been created. We should be grateful that we now have a state, where we can spread our, focus, where we can spread our tentacles even further, where we can develop ourselves and where we can, create more opportunities for diverse improvement and growth in the Southeast and in Biafra land. But let me just say this too, that I started thinking about it, and from what a lot of people were telling me, most of the people I discussed with, most of my colleagues, most of associates, I gathered that a lot of them didn't know where some of these things are coming from. They didn't know what were some of the, you know, immediate and remote causes of this accelerated creation of a state for the southeast. I mean, our people agitated for so long about it. Our so-called governors, our House of Reps members, they have talked about it. They have agitated. They have expressed all manners of dissatisfaction at the few number of states we had compared to the southwest and to the northeast. So I think we should all realize that this thing just didn't come down on just like that. It didn't just come down because these people were talking. I think the federal government has begun to listen to, our Prime Minister uh, of Biafra, Mr. Simon Ekpa. I think all these, messages flowing in from the headquarters and under the purview of, you know, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has begun to sink into the minds and head of the federal government. Because I'll tell you that ever since uh, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has declared that and the people of Biafra would once again, on the 30th of December 2024, would once again, declare, or redeclare the sovereign state of Biafra, you know, uh, Republic of Biafra. The federal government has not been sleeping well. They've not been sleeping tight. Nigerian leaders have not been sleeping tight because yes, the international community is aware that this agitation did not start today. I mean, the people who suffered from the events of 1967, following the 1966 coup, where a lot of Igbos were targeted and killed and destroyed and maimed and deported, so to speak, from other states down to their regions, to the southeast. I mean, we lost our jobs, our intelligentsia, our highly qualified professionals were thrown out of jobs, all because of the suspicion and the hatred and marginalization imposed against the Igbo. I mean, somebody like Enin Joko was moved from the vice chancellor of, University of Lagos town unceremoniously, thrown out of his office. You know, uh, somebody like Kenneth Dike. Kenneth Dike was the vice chancellor of University of Ibadan, was humiliated and you know thrown out of his office as a vice chancellor, a highly intelligent professional, a professor of high repute, thrown down, and the man was devastated. They said he was shocked. In fact, he was quoted as saying he was shocked that this tribalism actually could emanate from professionals, from from intellectuals. He was shocked that he was given such a treatment despite his level of experience, his exposure, and his qualifications at that time. And this was what happened to a lot of our brothers. You mean because of suspicion against the Igbo? I mean, a lot of people felt Igbos are occupied everywhere, as if we didn't get it on merit. I mean, for crying out loud, they didn't just walk into such offices. They read for it day and night. They denied themselves sleeps, got their first degrees, got their second degrees, went overseas, did their professorals, got their PhDs, became professors, and they got whatever they got on merit. Any appointment that was given to the Igbo man was on merit. They said the Igbos had occupied the whole of the Nigerian Railways Corporation. The Igbos had occupied 70% of the NPA, Nigerian Post Authority. The Igbos, every available job, including the, everywhere in the civil service, it was the Igbos. But did they get there by hook or crook? No. They got there because they were eminently and eminently qualified, for the jobs. And so, following that coup, of 1966 and the widespread hatred against Igbo, every parastatal purged the self of the Igbo man. They pushed them, relegated them to background, removed them from heads of authority and threw them out of jobs. Some of them were sent back, carried on ceremony, shamefully dumped with trucks and dumped in the southeast. And so our people should realize that, you know, the agitations for the Igbo man ever since the Civil War, I mean, after the Biafran War, had been that we should be given our pride of place in this country. If you don't want to give us our country, if you don't want to give us our republic, our Biafran republic, then let us be. Give us our respect. Give us our respect. You know, let us stand up from the crowd too. I mean, how can the Northeast have 7 states? The Southwest has 6 with large numbers of local governments attached, and then the East, where Southeast, were subsumed in 5 miserable states. You know, and every time we aspire for something, while others are getting the wonderful packages, high packages, you know, we in the Southeast are giving as if we are getting crumbs from the table, you know, from the federation table. We are getting crumbs, take like beggars. So I think we should realize that the creation of a sea state is very, very monumental and very, very important in the history of of our Southeast. So I thank the Prime Minister of Biafra, yes, Simon Ekpa, for the continued and the constant and continuous agitations. Send them these messages, continue to let them know, whether they like it or not, that Biafra is a reality. And so if they don't want to give us our Biafra, if they have any reason to stop our Biafra, they must give us our pride of place in this country called Nigeria. We are not vassals. We are not a conquered people. We held our head high. Even when the whole Nigeria, the whole world, attacked Biafra, attacked the Southeast, we were still able to summon them. We stood them for several years, for months. They thought it would just come over, a carryover effect or step over effect to destroy the land of Biafra. But but unfortunately, they were held, they were checkmated for several months. Several months we held them cheek to cheek, bone to bone, blood to blood, If not for saboteurs, or unfortunately for saboteurs amongst our Biafran brothers within that civil war, I'm sure, we Biafrans could have really achieved even much more, because even scientifically speaking, we had them. They brought all kinds of ammunition gotten from international communities. We brought our own. Our scientists went in. They thought out of the box, and they brought up, instruments and machineries that nobody had thought of. I mean, the Obunikes that we know today. We flew helicopters. We flew planes. They didn't have anchor points. They didn't have airports. We developed our own systems. Ingenuity. Our scientists brought a lot of ingenuity into it, and to God be the glory, Biafra. This Southeast, this IPOB, the Biafra land, we withstood the government and people of Nigeria, including their international allies. We withstood them for several months, head to head, shoulder to shoulder, battle for battle. If not for saboteurs within our ranks and files, sincerely, it could have been a different story today, But we thank God. Yes, war is not a good thing. Nobody prays for war. Nobody believes that war is the best option. But yes, even Martin Luther King, of blessed memory, he said, where peaceful change is, opposed and thwarted, the other option is violence. When you oppose a peaceful change, you make violent change, an option. May this never be our portion. We are praying that there will never be any other thing like a civil war in Nigeria, in our land, because we suffered for it. Innocently, we were brutalized, killed, maimed, annihilated. For no just cause. The peaceful people were suddenly, chased and harassed like they were chasing a bush animal, like they were chasing an animal in the forest. They chased us away from our homes, our villages, our paternal homes. They killed us. They killed our fathers, our mothers, our babies. They maimed they destroyed our farmlands, destroyed our livestock, destroyed our homes. And after all said and done, they gave us 20 pounds, 20 pounds to come back and become a defeated people and become beggars. But to God be the glory. To God be the glory. The story is different today. I mean, from 20 pounds, we have churned out millionaires, billionaires, countries of industries. We have churned out all levels of developments. We have conquered a lot of things educationally, internationally. Our men are all over the world. Our brothers are all over the world. And so, who, who is fooling who? Until Nigeria and Nigerians realize that the Igbos are a special people, until they realize that we have a special acumen, until they realize that the hand of God is on our lives, and that anywhere we go, like the proverbial Jews, we will overcome. Yes, they are wasting their time. If they don't know this, they are wasting their time. The average Igbo man has not eaten. We have not eaten from the political coffers. We have not stolen from the jars of the federation. None of us has become a president, and yet Igbos are multi-billionaires. Igbos are doing well, moving around the world, taking high places, occupying positions of authority outside Nigeria without the impact of Nigeria. I mean, if you don't realize that the Igbo people are a special people, my brother, my sister, you're still dreaming. The truth about it is, God has a special purpose for the Igbo man. God has a special place for the Igbo man. And so nobody can stifle it. Nobody can delay it. Even where you delay it, you can never deny them. That is how the Igbo man's life is. That is what God has put in us. It is in our DNA to succeed. It is in our DNA to move and to produce, to develop, and never to be stifled. That is the life of the Igbo man. And so I want us to realize that the creation of a state for the Southeast is a move in the right direction. We should all embrace it. We should all, accept it. And we should look forward to more, better agitations. Because every time our prime minister, gives them the way it is, tells them the truth, they are humble. Shame catch them. Shame is on them, because the international community is hearing this. That up till now, several years after the war, after the so-called Biafran war, several years, 40-something years after, 50-something years after, that this is how it still is. That the Igbo man is still looked upon with envy, with jealousy. The Igbo man has not attained the highest level of power in the land. The Igbo man is still subjected to number 3, number 4 position. The international community is watching, even though some of them don't have conscience, even though some of them don't wish the Igbo man well. But whether they like it or not, the Igbo man is born to succeed. The Igbo man is born to excel. The Igbo man is a natural leader, an achiever, an economic giant. Any day, anytime. Incomparable to any other person. So, my dear brothers, I think it's a good one that the first phase of the state creation has gone through successfully. I believe the other state will go well. And so we continue to clamor for support, from Nnamdi Kanu and for our prime minister, because these are people who are seeing what we are not seeing. These are people who are leading us to the Canaan land. These are people who are taking us to the destiny, our destiny as a people. If Nigeria does not want us to be, if Nigeria does not want us to grow, let us have our own country. Let us have our own republic. Let us have our own sovereignty. That is what we're telling them. If you think we don't deserve to be presidents in our country, in this so-called country, Nigeria, let us have our own Biafra. What is stopping you? We don't want anything to be part of you anymore. We don't want anything from you. Let us go, and in our own little way, we'll develop our own republic, our own country. So why are you against it? Why are you kicking against it? Why is it that every time an Igbo man is selling or anything good is coming from Igbo land, they try to, nip it at the bud? They want to destroy it before it grows up. Why? Look at what is happening in Abia State. Abia State, for the first time, we are having an Igbo man who wants to show, the difference, who wants to make a difference in his career as a governor. I mean, Alex Oti has never been in government before, a banker par excellence of many years' experience. He came into politics. He decided to be a governor because he wanted to change the life of his people. He wanted to show people that, yes, Abia State can reclaim its past glory as the business capital of the world. Giant of business. Aba was reputed to be everything everybody wanted, any country wanted in business. Aba was the business capital of the southeast, if not all over West Africa. But bad governance, poor leadership, corruption, and embezzlement made Aba for many years, a useless, area for many years, full of thuggery, full of all manners of banditry, But today, the story is different. In less than 1 year of Alex Oti, Aba has taken a new turn. Abia has taken a new turn. Abia is now in the world market. Tourists are going there. Business people are rushing in, to invest. Everybody is smiling. Even the market woman, even the illiterate on the road is smiling because they can celebrate light, energy. The light that Nigeria as a country since 1960 of independence has never been able to guarantee its people. They can now have the NEPA 24/7. Power that has chased a lot of companies, multinationals out of Nigeria. You can't do business in a country like Nigeria because you must spend quantum and millions of naira, or dollar on power supply through generator. If you don't have generator, you go for inverter. If you don't have inverter, you go for, power has chased every factory out, every manufacturer out, and even everybody out of Nigeria. And for the first time, Abia State, Alex Oti has guaranteed his people power, energy, light. This is just a tip of the iceberg. What to expect from the Igbo man? This is just one man. Then imagine when the whole of Igbo land is given an opportunity to show itself or what it can do. Success is in the DNA of the Igbo man. Development, progress is in the DNA of the Igbo man. We will continue to soar. We will soar and soar as the eagle. That's what the Igbo man is. That's who the Igbo man is. Nobody can kill this DNA. Nobody can destroy it. You can delay it. You can never deny it. So, my dear people of Biafra, I encourage every one of us, let us align at this point with our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Let the informations continue to come. Let him tell Nigerians the truth and the whole world the truth. Because when he says these things, the effects are that the leadership here begin to listen. They begin to listen because he highlights the injustices being done to the Igbo man, to the Biafran man. We have a choice. We have our Biafra. And we're looking forward to 30th December 2024. We must have it. If they don't want us to clamor for Biafra, then they should give us equal opportunity like every other person in this country called Nigeria. That is what we want. Biafra or nothing. Either we have our own sovereignty or you make us equal to every person. Not this idea of trying to call us a defeated people. We are never defeated. Biafra is our hope. Biafra is our home. And Biafra is our destiny. Our DNA, it is in our DNA to succeed, to survive, to surmount, to multiply, to develop. Yes, no matter what anybody does. Thank you, everybody. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.